Come with me now. Come with me now.
Come with me now. I'll take you down. Come with me now. I'll show you how. Come with me now.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm just going to go over my cleaning routine for the Haro Race Like Pro XL race bike that I ride. It's just going to be like my quick clean routine just to get the frame looking in semi-new condition. I try to do this after every ride because, as you know, if you're out on the track, your bike's going to pick up dirt and dust from the actual course itself. It's just best to give it a little bit of a clean so that the dust don't penetrate through the little cracks and crevices on the bike and mix them with the bearings and make them go all crispy. So first things first, you're going to want to get the bike in the stand. You can do this cleaning routine without a stand. I just find it a lot easier with the stand. Any stand would do. This is a stand I had in the shed and I use quite a lot. And you're going to need the Allen keys to raise the seat up on the bike. So then, like I said, the first thing you want to do is raise the seat on the Haro. You can clamp it around the frame. If you took the head, I've got my head set up to go clamped around the seat post. I have it clamped around the seat post. It just means that I can make sure I get every little bit of the frame, and including the seat post clamp itself. You don't really need to clean the seat post because that's obviously inside the frame and that's not going to get dirty at all. So on this here, I believe the seat post bolt is a 4mm, so I'm going to use my 4mm Allen key. You just want to, like I said, just loosen it off slightly, and you want to raise it up enough to get in your seat post stand and in your stand. Don't want to go over the seat post limit. There is a little limit on the seat posts. You don't want to go past that. So that there should be fine. Grips, you can clean this as well, because as you know, your grips will get slightly dirty in every ride. So now we've got the bike in the stand, we can then go through our cleaning routine. So for this cleaning routine, I'm just going to use the one that I use at work, when I clean my own bike at work or even on customer bikes. So what I've got is just a bulk standard muc-off spray in the little spray bottle. This cost me £10 from my work. Yeah, again, I use this stuff quite a lot. It gives a nice shine to the frame itself, especially as this has got a gloss finish to it. So that's why I use the muc-off. To make sure I don't get any white marks or anything like that in it, I do use the microfiber cloths. These come in packs of 5. So then you have got a nice long lasting set of cloths to use. And then for cleaning the chain and lubrication of the chain, I'm going to use the MO94 spray. I got this for £4 from my work as well. I recommend using this stuff. It's pretty much the same as GT85, that would do just as good. I use this stuff, I just find it, you know, slightly better in my opinion. With the straw as well, you will find that obviously with the bottles it does come with a really long straw to obviously put in the spray cap. But what I do is I tend to cut it down so it's slightly shorter, just to stop it from getting filled up or clogged up and wasting that much straw, when in actual fact you only really need about a good ½ inch to 1 inch. So I'm going to use a pair of scissors now and cut the straw down. we drop it in the meantime. So then you've got about that much straw sticking out the cap. It just means that you've got more straw to use over a longer period of time. So when I come to cleaning my bike, I generally just go straight in for the frame. So that's what I'm going to do this time. We want it on a nice wide spread, and it's just a case of just going over across the frame. Also make sure you get your frame, your stand should say, in a decent position. It's not going to keep trying. It's not fun when you have a nice bike inside of a stand and it sort of falls over. So now you sprayed it all, just want to get one of your cloths. And like I said, just go over the frame. I'll start off with the 2 down tubes because that's the ones that show the dirt the worst. As it's the bigger space on the bike, it will pick up the more dirt. And I generally do then move onto the front end of the bike. On the forks, etc. Because then, yeah, again, the forks are going to pick up a lot of dirt and dust. As it's right next to that front wheel. I do try to get in under that head tube as much as I can because that picks up quite a lot of dust in there where the bearing is. I do try to get a nice good clean around in there and around the stem bearings and the headset. Like I said, it just tries to reduce the amount of dust and dirt that penetrates through the cracks to get into your bearings. I'm just going to quickly give these Renfrew bars a little bit of a wipe down. They weren't that dirty, but better be safe than sorry when it comes to the Renfrews. Like I said, this is something I do after every ride. Well, try to do after every ride, I should say. It just means that you're keeping a nice, good, clean bike. And it just shows that you maintain it well. It just means that if anything is wrong with it, it's easier to find or see next time you're out on the track or even next time you're out on the bike. So with the rear triangle, obviously you might just need to wrap the cloth around the actual frame itself to try and clean up behind it, and you just give it like a little flossing technique just to try and clean the back of that frame there as well, because that will pick up a lot of dust from dirt from the back wheel where it sprays up and flips about. And yeah, again, like I said, just doing this just makes sure you have a nice clean bike, especially for when you're going back out on a ride. No one wants to go out with a dirty bike, it's not nice at all. I do clean my chain ring as well, just makes it look slightly better in my on some of your bikes you may see that you are getting slight scratches around the frame from your brake cable. that can be stopped by buying the little see-through rubber stickers. On this I haven't used them. Like I mean, if you're riding a race bike, you're bound to come off at a track. Your frame is going to get scratched some way or another. I know it's not amazing when a bike gets scratched, especially when you want to try and look after it a lot. If you do find that your dirt isn't as damp as you wanted it with the first spray, you can go ahead and give it another bit of spray. Just so you can get that nice clean finish you are going to be looking for. Make sure you clean the tube underneath the seat post just down here, because this is one a lot of people do forget. And I'll admit I have forgot it myself a couple of times, part of the frame, and it's always nice to have a bike that looks good. Our motto from me and my dad, who also works at Alfred's, is if you look after your bike, the bike's going to look after you. So if you're going to maintain the bike nicely, the bike's going to work correctly, meaning you've got less problems, well, less chances of issues from occurring. And like I said, just make sure it just shows that you have pride in your bike, especially when it comes around. I generally try to clean my pedals as well, but that's because I try to make it as clean as I possibly can. Yeah, my pedals are fairly scratched. That's going to be bound to, you know, either leaning a bit too far in a berm, or even coming off, you are just going to end up scratching. So with these cloths, one will last a long time. So I'm just going to quickly give a quick spray on my brake caliper as well, just so I can clean that. There is going to be bits on the caliper that you can't access to clean unless you fully strip it down. But if you're having a quick clean routine like this, that's not really necessary as such. You just got to try and do your best in where you can. Cleaning cloth, I do find that it does tend to fray and sort of leave little bits of cloth on the frame itself, which is why I use the microfiber cloth. You just don't get any bits of the cloth get stuck on the bike at all. I think it's just the best, well, it's the best way I've found of doing things. When it comes to this, I then go onto my rims. So I just normally just try and give it a couple of sprays around like that, and then it'll be a case of just trying to then rub around the rim and even the side of the tyre. I do like my walls of my tyres to look quite clean and try and make it look quite fresh. You will end up getting the odd little scratch marks in your rim depending on how many times you use your brake and how hard you pull it. That's my current situation here. My rim. And another one I generally try to do is clean in the actual centre of the rim. You just want to work your finger around each and every spoke and spoke nipple to try and make sure that rim's the cleanest you could possibly get it. So I'm just using my index finger just to give it a quick little work around each spoke and spoke nipple. Doing this as well does clean your spoke nipple at the same time. And yet again, because I've changed my valve caps on this to orange bullets, I will also go ahead and clean my valve caps. Go around and clean my spokes. Yet again, like I said, the wheels will take quite a while because you've got to do the rim. I do the tyres, and even then I do go and do the hubs as well. Especially out on this hardware, I've got anodised blue hubs. When they get dusty, it sort of takes that look away. from the hubs itself. So I'm just going to go through, clean the front of these spokes as I'll clean the back of them. In case of going through the same process but on the front wheel. Obviously the front wheel is going to be slightly easier to clean because you ain't got, like I said, the chain and sprocket in the way. I'm just going to go through and clean the outside of the hub where the spoke meets the hub itself. Just try and give that a nice clean finish. And then just on this bit you want to try and feed your cloth through your spoke. This bit can be quite challenging and quite annoying. But once it's through, you should be able just to grab hold of it. And like I said, try and go through that similar flossing technique on that hub to try and keep the hub clean, trying to give it a nice analysed blue finish. So I've already just been through it and cleaned my chain. All I've done was just sprayed the whole chain with a bit of muc-off, aiming up, pedalling backwards so the chain's moving, and then I used the same rag as what I used for wiping the frame, just to wrap round the chain, crank it through a couple of times just to try and clean most of the dirt off of that itself. Then you want to use your MO94 or a G35 or any other lubricant you got, just to go through and lubricate the rest of your chain. My stand keeps tilting. Wipe down my chain now because you don't want to over lubricate it. If I can get the balance right. And then after you've done that, you could just leave it there if you wanted to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get some chain grease. Just going to go ahead and use some of this wet lube just to get the chain going again. I'm going to get a lot of dust and that get it through onto the frame, so I'm just going to drop a little bit down there where the bottom bracket is and just try and let that soak through. Get it roll. No one likes crispy bearings on a bike. It is literally just my bike cleaning routine. Obviously you wanna, the video is probably going to be at the track again, and it'll probably be in that video my preparation on getting out on the track. So just keep an eye on that video. That's going to be possibly next week. So yeah, like I said, that'll be coming out soon. That'll probably be at Waterloo track again, so that'll be the session 2 video. And then there is a couple more tracks that I do want to go and visit in this year. It's going to be a bit hard because of the coronavirus, and then I've started to die out and things started to ease off. So things will slowly start falling into place on different tracks to go to. But yeah, I just want to go through my quick bike cleaning routine just to try and help some people out there who's trying to find a decent routine to keep their bike nice and clean, try to make it look like it's in still brand new condition. So that's the end of this video. Peace.